Nathan glided his hands across my face, his fingers tenderly caressing the delicate skin of my cheek. With a swift motion, I reached out to him, but he nimbly evaded my grasp, retreating with a mischievous smile dancing on his lips. "Cease your antics, Nathan," I implored, my voice a blend of exasperation and amusement. The cozy living room echoed with our playful exchanges, and our laughter danced through the chilly winter air that pressed against the windows. In that snug room, warmth enveloped like a comforting embrace, shielding all from the biting chill beyond its walls. Nathan had always been a tease. Even as a child, he possessed a natural charm that could light up any room. Now, at the age of 26, that charm had only grown stronger. I gazed at him, my son, now figure of height and strength, embodying manhood, still holding on to that playful mischief that had always made him so charming. His dark hair was tousled from our spirited tussle, and his blue eyes shimmered with joy. "Mom," he said, leaning in with a mischievous grin, his breath warm against my neck. "You know you love it." I feigned annoyance, rolling my eyes for effect. Yet beneath the surface, I couldn't help but acknowledge the truth in his words. In the midst of challenges, Nathan had a remarkable way of weaving a sense of connection, love, and support around me. Our connection was always profound, yet it grew even deeper following Robert's passing a year ago. My husband was the love of my life, and losing him felt like losing a piece of myself. Yet, Nathan had been my anchor, providing me with a reason to keep moving forward. Allow me to share a bit about who I am. My name is Matilda, and even at the age of 62, I move through life with a sense of confidence and elegance. My journey has been rich and vibrant, woven with love, trials, and unforgettable moments that have defined who I am. With a heart full of pride, I embrace my appearance, especially the curves that tell the tale of countless years spent living and loving deeply. Robert, my beloved husband, had departed from this world unexpectedly, leaving behind a profound emptiness in our lives. Nathan stood at the threshold of 25, embarking on the journey of adulthood. The loss of Robert struck us like a thunderclap, leaving a chasm of sorrow in its wake. Yet, amidst the shadows of our grief, Nathan and I found a deeper bond, drawing strength from one another as we navigated the storm together. Our connection was indestructible, even during Robert's time. He often jested that I showered too much affection on Nathan, casting a shadow over him. Yet, this couldn't have been more distant from reality. My emotions for them were balanced yet distinct, each in its own special manner. Robert was my companion in the journey of life, and Nathan was my source of joy and inspiration. After Robert's passing, Nathan stepped in as my anchor, helping me shoulder the weight of managing our family business and finding my way through life in the absence of my husband. In the shadow of sorrow, we found a bond that transcended all else, leaning on each other with unwavering trust. In moments when my strength waned, he became my anchor, a beacon of support. I reflected on the love his father had bestowed upon him, and together we wove a tapestry of legacy. In this snug little room, we discovered solace in our shared laughter, deep connection, and a silent bond that spoke volumes. Nathan and I shared a bond that others might deem peculiar, yet it felt as effortless to us as the very act of breathing. In the warmth of our laughter, we danced through moments of play, discovering delight in the simplest of joys. On certain nights, he would lay his head upon my chest as I held him close, reminiscent of the days when he was just a baby. It served as a warm reminder of the enduring connection we shared. As the years passed and he reached the age of 6, he continued to find solace in my embrace, holding on to me as if he was still that little boy who once depended on me to dispel his fears. It always seemed perfectly fine to me. It was our way of cherishing the love and bond that had guided us through countless trials. Our connection transformed in surprising ways. Throughout the months that followed, it was more than the physical closeness, the shared bouts, or the late-night conversations. It was a profound connection, a bond that transcended the usual limits of mother and son. Our bond transformed into the foundation of my life, a sanctuary where I discovered solace and resilience. Life had cast us into uncharted realms, and we navigated our way through with a grace that might baffle others, yet felt entirely instinctive to us. Nathan was not merely my son. He had transformed into my companion in sorrow, my trusted confidant, and my steadfast supporter. Nathan and I would retreat to our living room each evening, weary from the day's toil in the family business. It was our sanctuary, a realm where the burdens of the day melted away, revealing the serene connection we cherish. The room, though modest in size, exuded warmth and charm, bathed in the gentle glow of an antique lamp nestled in the corner. The table's glow enveloped the room in a comforting embrace, crafting a sanctuary that shielded against the chill of the outside world. Nathan often found himself near me, at times so near that our shoulders brushed against each other. His presence was a constant source of comfort, a soft whisper in the chaos, reminding me that I was not navigating the trials of life by myself. Even in our quiet moments, there was a warmth that enveloped us, a shared connection that transcended the need for words, creating a bond that felt both profound and effortless. We both relished the moments spent in our shared beds. It all began with Nathan's humble gesture of goodwill. He observed the weight of my sorrow in the wake of Robert's passing, and chose to offer me fleeting moments of solace. He meticulously arranged every detail, filling the tub and pouring in a generous splash of lavender oil, fully aware of how its soothing aroma would ease my tension. The tub embraced us with its generous space and opulent design, creating an atmosphere where we could share moments without the slightest hint of crowding. Nathan guided me gently, his hands providing a steady support as I slipped into the inviting warmth of the water. We would sit together, allowing warmth to ease our weary souls. We would find ourselves enveloped in a cozy hush, where the gentle splash of water and the soft hum of the heater would weave a serene backdrop to our moments together. On other occasions, Nathan would share tales of his father that brought both laughter and tears to our eyes. He would share his dreams for the family business, expressing his desire to expand it while paying tribute to Robert's legacy. His words resonated with unwavering resolve and deep affection, stirring within me a profound sense of pride for him. Do you believe Father would take pride in our accomplishments? Nathan inquired one evening, his voice brimming with vulnerability and hope, and I mirrored his expression. My thumb glides gently over the soft stubble on his jawline told a tale of identity, revealing that he was already Nathan, a truth that had always been, just as it had been for me. He leaned into my touch, his blue eyes seeking the comfort of assurance. In that moment, the room shrank, and it felt as if the entire world stood solely for the two of us. In those moments, the bath transformed into more than a mere sanctuary for relaxation. It became a realm where we could bond on a profound level. Nathan's concern and thoughtfulness illuminated the depth of my significance in his life, prompting me to embody the unwavering support he needed as he journeyed through his challenges, navigating through adulthood without the steady hand of his father. As the sun dipped below the horizon, these evenings transformed into the pinnacle of my day, a moment when the weight of responsibility slipped away, giving way to the soothing embrace of companionship. The gentle caress of the water and the calming aroma of lavender enveloped me, while Nathan's steadfast presence wrapped around me like a warm embrace, instilling a sense of safety, love, and support that I had not anticipated after losing Robert. Outside our home, life was frequently challenging and unpredictable, yet within those walls, I found solace. In those moments with Nathan, I felt the warmth of companionship, a gentle reminder that solitude was not my only companion. In unison, we discovered comfort within our traditions, crafting a fresh cadence in our lives woven together by love, understanding, and the strength we found in each other. As time flowed onward, the tangible signs of our bond deepened. He would settle next to me on the couch, resting his head in my lap. While I gently wove my fingers through his hair. It was a silent, an understanding, a path for us to discover solace in each other. One night, as he lay peacefully against me, he whispered, "You're my everything, Mum." His words lingered in the air, thick with significance. I pressed my lips gently to his forehead. My heart swelled with a rich tapestry of emotion, love, pride, and a deep sense of responsibility that danced between being burdensome and rewarding. Our lives were crafted together, with our routines flowing effortlessly into one another. One night, I found myself perched on the edge of my bed, restless and wide awake. The heaviness of sorrow enveloped me, a relentless echo of the emptiness created by my husband's unexpected departure. My eyes were swollen from tears shed through the night, and my heart throbbed with a profound loneliness that seemed to envelop me like a heavy fall. Might comprehend how deeply I longed for him, for the sound of his laughter, the warmth of his touch, and the comfort of his presence. It was as if a part of my very essence had been torn from me, creating an emptiness that nothing could ever hope to fill. I found myself gazing at the walls of our bedroom, striving to fend off the memories that surged through my thoughts. A soft creak echoed through the door. Nathan entered, his gaze gentle and filled with worrying. From a young age, he possessed an innate awareness of the injustices around him. It was merely one of the many threads woven into the fabric of our strong and unique bond. "Mom," he said softly, approaching me with a warm smile. "I noticed you here and felt drawn to come over." His voice flowed gently, wrapping around me like a comforting embrace for my weary spirit. As I gazed up at him, my son and dearest companion, a tear rolled down my cheek. As he extended his hand, resting it gently on my shoulder, a wave of warmth surged through me, sending a delightful shiver down my spine. It was a humble act, yet it carried the weight of the world in that fleeting instant. "Nathan," I murmured, my voice quaking. "I can't fathom how to continue without him. My heart aches with the weight of his absence. I require his presence." Nathan leaned in closer, his breath a gentle warmth against my skin. "You don't have to face this journey by yourself," he whispered softly. "In every moment, I stand by your side, dear mother, forever." His words unleashed a torrent of feelings, cascading into tears. As tears flowed down my face, I clung to him, feeling the warmth of his arms enveloping me, holding me tightly as if he were trying to absorb my pain within his embrace. In that moment, I was enveloped in a warm embrace, a sense of security wrapping around me like a soft blanket. I knew I was valued, held dear, and surrounded by love. It was a sensation I hadn't felt since my husband's departure, a blend of solace and bewilderment as we lingered in our collective grief. Nathan's hands started to glide softly, gently caressing my back, my arms, my hair. Every touch was intentional, imbued with a softness that left me breathless. I gazed up at him, my eyes probing his, and discovered them brimming with a blend of affection and something more profound than shadowy. "Mother," he murmured gently, his voice scarcely rising above a whisper, "let me share with you the depth of my feelings. My love for you is immeasurable." His confession lingered in the atmosphere, a quiet yearning for comprehension. I sensed my heart racing. My heart raced in my ears as I struggled to grasp his words. They were powerless, taboo, yet they awakened a long-dormant ember within me, a spark of something I thought I had buried forever. Just as I was about to speak, Nathan leaned closer, his lips softly grazing mine in a tentative kiss. It was tender, almost sacred, as if he feared shattering me. Yet the instant his lips met mine, I felt the spark awaken within, a flame I hadn't realized was still alive. I kissed him back, my body reacting instinctively to the warmth of his lips. It was a misstep, undeniably so. Yet, there was a peculiar sense of rightness to it that eluded my understanding. As our lips met, the kiss grew in intensity, filled with an undeniable urgency and fervor. Nathan's hands gently cradled my face, his fingers weaving through my hair as he drew me nearer. Our tongues intertwined, delving into one another with a passionate fervor that rendered me breathless. The warmth radiated between us, palpable and electric as the tension escalated. Nathan's hands glided down my back, his touch sparking an electric thrill that sent shivers cascading down my spine. Nathan, I inhaled sharply as he drew back just a bit. Though we knew we shouldn't be doing this, he pressed on, capturing my lips once more. His kiss, filled with urgency and fervor, drew me in, and I yielded to the waves of feeling he was awakening inside me. Nathan. I made another attempt. My voice quivered as his lips traced a passionate journey along my jawline and descended to my neck. This isn't right. Yet, as the words escaped my lips, my hands seemed to have a mind of their own, weaving through his thick hair. Drawing him nearer, his breath caressed my skin, a warm whisper as he murmured, "Then why does it feel so perfect?" His lips glided downwards, gently caressing my collarbone, tender and unwavering, causing my objections to fade away into a soft whisper. "You're beautiful," he murmured, his eyes lingering on me with a reverence that sent warmth to my cheeks. He leaned in once more, his lips seeking mine, and the kiss unfolded into something deeper this time. He kissed me with a gentle, measured grace, as though he wished to relish each fleeting moment and every subtle movement. His hands glided along my sides, thumbs dancing over my ribs, igniting a fire with every touch. "Nathan," I murmured, my voice trembling as his lips met the curve of my throat. His hands glided down, settling on my hips and drawing me closer to him. The warmth of his body pressed against mine was utterly captivating, and I found myself tilting my head back, inviting him in further. His lips found their way back to mine, dancing with a desire that mirrored my own, while his hands gently brushed my cheek, sending delightful shivers down my spine. I wove my fingers through his hair, drawing him nearer as his lips ventured over mine, leaving no corner untouched, untamed and uncharted. Each sensation surged with intensity, every touch igniting a spark of electricity. The feeling was intense, a blend of warmth and energy that drew me closer to him, yearning for more. His hands danced with a confidence that belied his years, yet there was a gentle grace in each motion that wrapped around me like a warm embrace, filling my heart with a sense of love and safety. His lips danced with his hands, wandering and igniting a fire within me, leaving me breathless and yearning for more. Time wove itself into a tapestry of moments as we surrendered to one another, while the outside world gently slipped into the shadows. Just Nathan, his gentle caresses, tender kisses, and soft-spoken words ignited a fire within my heart. "Nathan," I whispered once more, my voice quivering as his lips found their way back to mine. This time, the kiss enveloped us in a deeper, more intense embrace, and I sensed the final remnants of hesitation dissolve into the air. The night deepened, our breaths intertwining. Each kiss, each touch, and every whispered word resonated like a vow, an unspoken commitment to something we both sensed yet couldn't quite express. And we pressed on. Not then. Not for long. The atmosphere buzzed with the melody of our whispers, laughter and gasps as we delved into one another, unveiling every curve, line, and hidden secret. It felt like time had frozen, granting us this moment, this infinite night where nothing else held significance but the two of us. Nathan's lips remained pressed against mine, a connection that felt both electric and timeless. His fingers danced along my sides, weaving intricate patterns that sent a delightful shiver of anticipation coursing through me. "You're all I've ever desired," he declared, his voice heavy with feeling. I hushed him with another kiss, my hands gliding down his back, sensing the tautness in his muscles, the warmth of his presence, the strength he exuded, and the way his gaze locked onto mine as if I were the sole inhabitant of his universe was utterly captivating. I ought to have put a stop to it, to bring an end to the chaos, yet each time I tried to voice my objections, his touch hushed my words, pulling me further into the unfolding drama. With gentle hands cradling my face, he leaned in and kissed me once more. His thumbs glided softly over my cheeks. He leaned in closer, his voice barely above a murmur, urging me to reveal if the weight of his words was too heavy. His gaze locked onto mine, filled with an intensity that spoke of both desire and worrying. As not, with a breathless whisper, I expressed my desire, saying, "I want this. I desire you." The moment the words slipped from my lips, his own found theirs once more, sealing our connection in a fervent embrace. His kisses grew bolder and more insistent, while his hands roamed freely across every inch of my skin, igniting a fire that enveloped me completely. No matter how hard I tried, I found myself yearning for him, unable to draw him near enough to satisfy the longing within me. The atmosphere in the room grew denser, pulsating with the energy of the occasion. My hands found their way into his hair, tugging gently as his lips journeyed lower, tracing the curve of my neck, the hollow of my throat, and the rise of my chest. His mouth was warm against my skin, leaving a trail of fire in its wake. Every nerve in my body tingled with vitality, and each touch unleashed a surge of delight coursing through me. I found myself enveloped in the warmth of his presence, the way he made me feel treasured, wanted, and adored. "Nathan," I murmured, my voice trembling as his hands glided down my thighs, pulling me in closer. His name escaping softly from my lips, Matilda whispered softly against my skin, their voice quivering with deep emotion, a blend of prayer, plea, and the confessions of all the words I couldn't bring myself to utter. Your brilliance shines through the depth of his gaze. The way he regarded me as though I were the center of his universe made my heart tighten. I was aware that our actions were misguided and that repercussions awaited us. Yet in that moment, I felt indifferent. What truly mattered was him, the way he made me feel, and the way he held me close, as if he never intended to release his grip. Time faded into the background as we yielded to one another, our bodies and souls woven together in a timeless embrace. The atmosphere throbbed with the rhythm of our shared vitality, our breaths intertwining and our hearts resonating in harmony. As the night deepened, Nathan drew me near, enveloping me in his embrace, his arms securely around me. I laid my head upon his chest, attuned to the gentle cadence of his heartbeat as it gradually began to wane. We lingered in silence, the gravity of our choices enveloping us like a heavy shroud. The guilt began to seep into my being, and I could see it reflected in Nathan's eyes as he gazed upon me. "This shouldn't have happened," I whispered, my arms encircling him tightly, unwilling to release my hold. "I see," he responded, his voice carried a weight of sorrow. "Yet, I feel no remorse at all, nor did I. Even though it was misguided, and the repercussions were inevitable, regret eluded me, despite the guilt that shadowed our hearts. For the way he made me feel was a story I couldn't bear to write. In the warmth of our embrace, we find solace, pledging to safeguard our secret from the prying eyes of the world.